Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today is the YouTube hop for Traci Reed Designs new Oh What Fun Christmas collection. And so that is what we are going to showcase today. In the description box below will be everyone who's playing along with the hop. So be sure to go hop along, see what everybody has created with this collection. And then don't forget that it is on sale, so it's a great time to pick it up if you're looking for a new Christmas collection to document your December or any of your Christmas or holiday photos. So to start out with, I do have a piece of red cardstock. This is just from my stash. And it's just going to frame my layout, and then I have this background, and I'm actually not going to use I'm not going to use any pattern paper from the actual kit. I was really inspired this month by the pieces in the digital kit to create backgrounds. So for this one today, that's exactly what I did. I took the digital kit, and this sort of mixed media type of background was in that, and I sized it a little bit larger than what it came out like when I added it to my 12 by 12 canvas. And then I decided to add it or duplicate it 2 more times to add a piece to this side and to this side, and span it across the full 12 by 12 pattern, or the full 12 by 12 length of my page. So I did put it a little bit more to the top than the bottom, but ideally I'm trying to keep everything sort of in this section. So I had the design go across the page, and then I really loved the paint splatters in the red glitter. So I went ahead and added that a couple of times across the page. So I created my own background, and then once it was printed, I did come in with some Rustic Wilderness Distress Oxide and added some splatters to my background as well. I really think that Rustic Wilderness goes perfectly with the green in this collection. So it's a great match if you want to use that for stamping or doing splatters on your pages with this collection. It's a great one. And so that's how I created my background. And so it's going to be framed by this red cardstock, and I really love that. So I really wanted this to shine. I didn't want to cover it up with a ton of pattern paper. So what I decided to do is I have 3 photos, and I am slightly obsessed with gnomes. I've made a couple, and then I have a couple other ones that are made. This one was made by someone else. This one was one I made. This was one I bought. And then you can see another one that I've made over here in the corner. But we have quite a few gnomes in our house, and so I thought this page was going to go toward the Gnomes of Christmas, which is what we're going to title it. So that is my plan, and my thought is I'm thinking I'm going to put these photos just like this here on my page, something along this line. I'm thinking my title is going to come down in here, and I'll probably have a cluster here, one at the top, and then one at the bottom of the title. That's kind of where my thought process is. So let's see how that goes. I kept to a sort of very floral themed for my embellishments. I didn't want to go with, like, there's lots of cute little elements, like, and snowmen and penguins and things like that. Definitely take a look at the collection. It's beautiful. But for this one, I really decided to stick with everything I think is actually from the digital collection. So I really focused on the digital collection and how, as a hybrid scrapbooker, you can take those digital collections and really use them in a hybrid way on your layouts. So that's exactly what I did. So I stuck with all the florals. And so these are some of the ones that I printed and cut And then I have the little holly leaves. So these are what I'm going to use, and all I did was I roughed up or bent up all the edges of the florals because, of course, that'll add some nice dimension to the page and helps everything to not be so flat because, of course, we're just using paper. And then I also, from the digital collection, printed these tickets as well. So I'm really liking that. So what I thought I would do is create my clusters, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue everything down, and then we'll come in with the sparkle that I have over here to this side. And so like I said, we're going to have the 3 clusters. So I know one's going to be up here, and I think the other one's going to be down here. Now the other thing to tell you is I did create my own letters, which is something I love to do, especially with digital collections. Traci put out, I think there's like 4 different sets of these holiday letters, or fonts, I guess you could say. So there's a Santa one, I think there's a candy cane one, I think there's a reindeer one, or a gingerbread, I forget the names, but I'm using the Santa inspired one, and isn't it cute? So I cut it, and then I cut it 4 times or 5 times to layer them all up, so I get a very thick sort of letter, just like a thicker. So like I said, the title for this one is going to be Gnomes of Christmas. So I'm going to have my title come right down here. And I'm not going to make you watch me glue all these down because it is going to be a little tedious for me to get that in. I am going to take just these letter stickers here in this darker blue and just use those for the word of. So that'll go here in the middle. And then the only other place where I pulled in a piece of pattern paper from the actual collection, this is from the bonus pattern paper set, was for these letters, which I used a die and created my own word Christmas using the tone on tone green polka dotted pattern paper. So I went ahead and created Christmas with that one. So I will have enough space in there to put of, and then I'm going to have Christmas down here just like this, and I'll probably obviously space that ever so slightly differently than what you see here, but just to give you an idea, it's going to go like that. And then my plan is to have the 3rd cluster sort of be down here to finish it off. And so each one is going to have the almost the same florals. I think one cluster at the top is going to be a little bit bigger, but I am going to add in these florals. So I'm just going to get them piled up here, give you an idea of what it's going to look like, and then like I said, I'm going to glue this all down off camera. And so the tickets sort of act as the base of the clusters for the florals. So that is what I'm doing here, and I'm just going to layer them all up, add in those leaves, and I think I have enough to do underneath 2 of the flowers. So that is what I'm going to do. And I don't know where my other set went. I know I have another one somewhere and I have lost it. So I'll probably grab another one for over here. And then I did pull in these hollies, which are also from the digital kit. I thought I might add those just around the title, just to add a little bit of something. And then just to add a different texture and something that is not paper, I did have these little green sparkly hearts. So I did think I might include those in each of the clusters somewhere. So we'll see exactly where they're going to fit, but That is what I'm thinking. So I'm really liking this, I do believe. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all glued down. And then I have the sparkle that's going to come in, and I do have some puffy hearts that I'm also going to add to the clusters as well. So let's get this glued and we will finish this layout. Okay, everything is glued down. So my title is down. All of my embellishing is in place. I did go ahead and add those little hearts. They're just some little puffy hearts that I had in my stash. So I added 2 of them to my clusters. So now there's like a trio of hearts. And then I have some green sequins, some red sequins, and some snowflakes that I thought I would just dot around the page, and that will finish off this page. So that is what we're going to do here. And I'm going to start with the sequins, and then off camera I will, just so it doesn't take too long, I will probably go ahead and add some of the snowflakes. So I'm going to get these down, and that is going to finish this page. So I'm just going to start out with 1 red in each of my little clusters, and then I'll see some will do 2 red, some will do 2 green, just to add, or actually I think I have some white ones in there too. I might actually add a white one now that I'm thinking and looking at it. So I think that's what I'll do. So we'll get the green in each cluster, and once I get these down, we'll come in with the white. Sometimes this picker-upper works really well, and then other times not so much. I think I'll still come in, like I said, with, can't tell if there's 2 here or not, with some of the snowflakes, because I think those will just add a little extra sparkle. And yes, there is 2. I love when your sequins stick together. Makes it a little bit challenging. So let's see, another one up there, and then I need 2 more. Oop. 1 over here, and last but not least, 1 over here. All right, so like I said, oh, I forgot these ones completely. That's not good. You need all the sparkle because it is Christmas. All right, so I've got the sequins all in. Like I said, I'm going to probably just scatter in a few of the snowflakes, and we are going to call this done. So check out the still photos coming up in just a moment. You will see the finished layout, and don't forget to check that description box below. See everyone who has hopped along and created projects for this, as well as Traci's blog for even more inspiration, and grab this collection while it's on sale. It's a great one. I hadn't mentioned it before, but that blue in this collection is beautiful. It's a nice addition to that red and green classic Christmas. So with that, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.